Hi everyone, it's Donna Maria and welcome to lesson 6 of your Indie Business University Success Path. Last week in lesson 5, we talked about identifying your target customer. This week in lesson 6, it's all about what you're going to sell to your target customer. So you can see the logical flow here from who you're going to sell to what exactly you're going to sell. Now think about that, okay? Most entrepreneurs, most new entrepreneurs start out with what I'm going to sell. Like they create a product and it's awesome, and then they go out in search of a target audience. But as I told you last week, it's incredibly difficult to reverse engineer a target audience. Again, the best thing to do is to identify your target customer and what is their biggest need or their biggest want, and then create that and fill that need in the market. So much easier than doing it the other way around. So for those of you who are new, that's like awesome information for you. But for those of you who've been around for a while, maybe you did it backwards the other way when you started your business, now is the time to kind of reevaluate and check things out and tweak a little bit so that you can narrow down your target and then produce a product or service that particular target market really, really wants. So this really boils down to 3 things, right? Number 1, what exactly are you going to sell? Number 2, where are you going to get it from? And number 3, where are you going to sell it? So big picture overview here, products or services. Are you going to sell something tangible that you have to mail, or are you going to sell a service that you actually can maybe deliver via phone or via a webinar consultation? Or maybe you're going to provide a product that doesn't require shipping, like an ebook or a series of books or something like that you can actually deliver using the internet without actually having the post office involved or any kind of shipping involved, but it's still a product that you're delivering. So you need to think about that. Like, what exactly did your market research show you that your target customer wants? What will they buy? Where is the space in the market? Where are the things that they want that they're not getting, or maybe they are getting them, but you can do it better than the people that are already out there doing it? So what are you going to sell? Secondly, where are you going to get it? Are you going to create it yourself? Are you going to make it? Are you going to buy it already made? How are you going to get this thing or these things that you're going to sell? Now think about this. If you're going to be selling tangible products, it's really important to make sure that you minimize your cost, because your outlay of cash at the beginning of your business, if you're selling tangible products, is going to be a lot more than if you're selling a service, right? So if you're going to be making candles, for example, you're going to need jars, you're going to need labels, you're going to need ingredients and fragrance oils and waxes and supplies and wicks and all that sort of thing. But if you're just going to teach people how to make candles, right? That's a business model as well. Then you certainly need supplies so you can provide them to your students, but you can also pass that fee on as a materials fee in your class, right? And you also may, if you don't have a place to teach, then you may have to pay a fee to rent the recreation center or whatever. And you obviously have some marketing costs and things of that nature. But generally speaking, your costs at the beginning of a business are going to be less if you're selling a service as opposed to if you're selling a product. Now that's not across the board, that's a generalization, but I want you to be thinking about that as you're deciding what to sell. And if you do decide to sell a product, make sure that you're not all over the place with a million different products, because that means you need a million different supplies and a million different labels and a million different ingredient labels and a million different shipping options and at your website. And you just have so much going on. You may grow to that, and that's wonderful, but at the beginning, it's very difficult for a business to actually handle all of that and remain profitable and sustainable without totally exhausting you, right? We don't want that to happen. So again, the first thing is, who are you going to sell it to? We talked about that last week. So for lesson 6, the first thing is, what are you going to sell? The second thing is, where are you going to get it? And the third thing is, where are you going to sell it? Are you going to sell online at your own branded website? Are you going to sell on Etsy? Are you going to sell wholesale to retail stores? Are you going to sell wholesale to subscription boxes? Are you going to sell in a retail store that you own? Are you going to sell at trade shows, craft fairs? Where? What is the venue, or what are the venues that you are going to sell your products and services? And obviously you want to sell them at places where what? Your target audience is. So you want to make sure that you match all those things together. So your actions for this week are, guess what? Those 3 things. What are you going to sell? Where are you going to get it? and where are you going to sell it? What venues are you going to sell it at? So make a chart, right, with 3 columns and write down all the possibilities of products and services that you could offer to the target customers that you've begun to identify. Make a list. Don't hold back. Make a long list of products and services. Make a long list of where you could get these things from and whether you could make them yourself feasibly. And then thirdly, where will you sell? And then start scratching things off the list, like analyze yourself, the pros and cons of each. Which one is like cost prohibitive? Which ones will just cost you too much money? Which ones could you make money at but you totally hate, right? You don't want to do those either. And then, narrow it down to maybe the top 2 or 3. And then you'll be in a position to move on to next week, which is all about knowing the laws in your industry. Because sometimes once you narrow it down and then you learn what the laws are, you might go, maybe I don't want to do that after all. But we'll talk more about that next week. So make sure that you take these action steps this week. What are you going to sell? Where are you going to get it from? And where are you going to sell it? See you next week, everyone. Bye-bye.